Hi Mrs. Taylor, thanks so much for coming down to the clinic this afternoon. As I explained on the phone, we were quite suspicious that Benji had developed what we call exocrine pancreatic insufficiency as a direct result of that bout of pancreatitis that we treated a couple of months back. Now what this means is that unfortunately Benji's pancreas was quite damaged from that flare-up and it's not quite producing exactly what we need it to at the moment. Now, the pancreas is pretty forgiving. We can normally damage up to about 90% of it without seeing any bad consequences. If we do damage more than 90%, we start seeing the signs of exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which is exactly what we're seeing in Benji with that really foul diarrhea, his quite rapid weight loss, and his really dry, flaky skin. Now, normally, the pancreas is responsible in these green areas for producing digestive enzymes. These travel down into the small intestine, they're activated, and they break down his food into smaller units that he can actually use and absorb. Now, in pancreatitis, we have a very inflamed and angry pancreas. This is normally because these enzymes have refluxed back up or they've been activated early and they're actually starting to digest the pancreas itself because it's also made up of carbs, fats, and proteins, just like his diet. So unfortunately in Benji's case, more than 90% of his pancreas has been damaged and he's not producing enough digestive enzymes. This explains his diarrhea. So Benji is eating and his food's not actually being broken down. It's sitting in his gut and this draws a lot of water from the body into the gut. This is what we call osmotic diarrhea. As well, these enzymes normally keep the gut bacteria at bay. If we don't have enough of these enzymes, then we normally get overgrowth of these bacteria, which would be contributing to the diarrhea as well. It also explains his weight loss because he's not able to absorb anything from his food, and it also explains his dry, flaky skin, as we need fatty acids to keep our skin and coat looking really nice. Now, to confirm this diagnosis, we've run two tests. First, I had a look under the microscope at that fecal sample that you kindly collected for us. And in that, there were a lot of undigested fat droplets, a lot of muscle fragments for some meat and protein that Benji had been eating, and some undigested starch granules. So this just confirms that things aren't being broken down and digested, they're going the whole way through. The second is a trypsin-like immunoreactivity test. The results of this came back low, which is exactly what we expect with exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. Now, this is not going to be a quick fix like last time. We are going to need to place Benji onto some things for the rest of his life to manage this. Firstly, we need to pop him onto a really low-fat, highly digestible diet. I would recommend the Hills ZD diet. It would be perfect for Benji. Secondly, we need to add some synthetic digestive enzymes to his diet. These will break down his food for him, and that way he's able to absorb them. There's a product on the market called Enziplex. It is a little expensive, it's $120, but it should last about 2 months based on Benji's weight. Now, we should start to see a great improvement in his stools, and he should be putting some weight back on, and his dry, flaky skin should start to clear up as well. If we don't see as great a response as what we're expecting, we can add another drug in called ranitidine, and this will just help the enzymes get through without being degraded by his stomach acid. Also, we need to pop him on some antibiotics just to control that bacterial overgrowth from not having enough enzymes, but that's only going to last 10 days. So the Hills ZD diet and the enzymes are going to be lifelong treatments for Benji. He'll need those added into every meal. Now, because such a large proportion of Benji's pancreas was damaged, we do need to be mindful of one other condition that can develop. So the other function of the pancreas in these orange areas is to produce hormones, particularly those that regulate his blood glucose. So the other thing we can see as a result of this is diabetes mellitus, so we will need to keep an eye out for these signs. I know it's a lot of information at once, so if you've got any questions, please let us know, and here's a handout for you to read at home. Thanks so much.